in this video, I'm going to help you understand what is a privacy notice. Does your company need one? Is it different from a privacy statement or privacy policy? How do you create a good privacy notice? And what does a privacy notice contain? Before we start, I like to ask you for a quick help. Please do click like, comment and subscribe to this channel. If you have already done it, thank you so much, and maybe click the bell icon so that you are notified about new videos. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Punit Bhatia. I am the founder and CEO of company Fit for Privacy, and we help you to create a privacy strategy, implement it and deliver scenario-based trainings to your staff. How do we do it? I come back to that towards end of the video. So what is a privacy notice? Privacy notice is a message, is a communication towards your clients, your employees or personnel of supplier. That is people whose personal data your company has collected. It's a message towards them, telling them what you do with their personal data and why do you do it. So in short, privacy notice is a message towards individuals. And if it is a message towards individuals, why does it have to be important for your company? So the next question you would have is, does your company need a privacy notice? Well, if your company collects and processes personal data of individuals, either say customers or employees or supplier personnel, yes, your company needs a privacy notice because law mandates it in form of right to information. Right to information in GDPR or most privacy laws is that you inform individuals about what personal data your company collects, what you do with it, who do you share it with, and so on. It is also in EU GDPR a transparency obligation. That is one of the GDPR principles called transparency, wherein you inform individuals about their personal data processing. So yes, your company needs privacy notice and you must publish it on your website for customers, on the intranet for your employees, and maybe on internet for your ex-employees or job applicants, and for supplier personals as well. Before we get into what is included in privacy notice, it's important to understand, is privacy notice same or different when we say privacy statement or privacy policy? Now, privacy notice and privacy statement are the same thing. In Europe, privacy notice and privacy statement are interchangeably used, so there is no difference. Now, when it comes to privacy policies, there are two views. One, the US-centric view is privacy policy is same as privacy statement or privacy notice, and most companies in US publish it as a privacy policy. So this means privacy notice, privacy statement, privacy policy tend to be same for US based companies. However, in Europe, most companies call privacy notice or privacy statement interchangeably, while a privacy policy is an internal company policy which describes your personal data processing approach, how you handle personal data processing, which obligations you comply with and how. So it's for your employees, telling them what to do, what not to do, and how to comply with the law. So it is different. Privacy policy and privacy notice are different, but privacy statement and privacy notice are same. And remember the difference in the US. So next you will say, what is included in a good privacy notice? So in a privacy notice or privacy statement, you would include 7 different elements. Yes, 7 different elements. And these are, what personal data do you collect? So for most companies, it will be name, email, date of birth, things like this. And that's what you specify in this section. What personal data does your company collect? The second important section in a privacy notice or statement is, why do you collect this personal data or what do you do with it? Continuing with our example, you collect name and email so that newsletter can be sent to individuals. So you have to describe the processing activity. Like if you are a mobile telephony provider, you would be collecting name and email and probably the other details of payment so that you can bill them. So billing is an activity, or to provide them the telephony services. So you have to describe all the activities and why do you do it. Now you send them bills because you provide them a service. So you provide them a service because you have a contract with them. So all these elements, what you do with that personal data and why do you do it. You link it to the 6 legitimate bases of processing, as we talked about in another video. Now, third thing you tell them is how do you protect their personal data. That is, you have put security measures, the data is on safe, secure servers, and so on and so forth. So you elaborate slightly on the security measures or technical and organizational measures that you have put in place. Fourth question you answer in a privacy notice is who do you share the personal information with. Now, in the modern world, a company works with many other companies to deliver services. For example, you work with your IT providers. You may be sharing personal data with regulators or tax authorities or court. So all that is to be mentioned, that you share personal data of individuals with companies, IT service providers, infrastructure service providers, and so on and so forth. You don't have to mention the names, you just have to provide categories of companies to which you provide information. The details or the names you may provide later on when right to access or right to information has been asked and you need to provide more details. Next element to cover is how can an individual exercise their rights. So you know that GDPR and other privacy laws provide individuals with rights, and how do you respect those rights. So like, how does a customer ask for his right to information, right to access, right to data portability, right to deletion, and so on. Do they have to send an email? Do they have to click a link? How? So that is to be described here. You can also describe what rights they have. Sixth thing you will mention in a privacy notice is how can individuals know more, or who can they contact if they have questions. So here you mention the name of a DPO if you have one, or the privacy responsible, and also mention the details of your data protection authority, so that if they want to complain, I know you don't want to mention that, but law obliges, at least the GDPR, saying you must mention the details of data protection authority and also tell the individuals that they have the right to complain. So yes, you must do it. And the last thing you mention is when was this privacy notice or statement changed? That is, when was it revised? Some companies also go further and they provide versions or details of what changed in the last version. So in short, 7 things to share, inform in privacy notice. That is, what personal data you collect, why do you collect, or what you do with it, who do you share it with, how do you respect their rights, what security measures you have in place, how can they contact you, and last but not the least, details about when this privacy notice was updated. Now, if you know all this, the question is, how do you create a privacy notice? Well, typically you would sit with a business knowledgeable person in large companies with business department, make a list of, we call it data inventory or records of processing activity. That is what personal data is being processed. Based on that list, based on that inventory, you will have enough information to create a privacy statement. If you need help in creating one, do not hesitate to contact us. And we also have, if you're looking for templates, we also have privacy statement and other templates, other 25 plus templates which relate to GDPR compliance in our privacy kit. A link to download is made available in the description, which you can take advantage from. Now, at the start, I said we help you in creation of a privacy strategy, its implementation and training for your staff. What does that mean? It means we help you create a culture of privacy. And this means if you are a CISO or a data protection expert or a security director who has been assigned privacy responsibility, we can help you with assessment, implementation and setup and management of your privacy program so that you are in control of your privacy risks. But if you are a seasoned DPO who has completed the privacy project or program, then we can help you with privacy maturity assessment or privacy culture assessment for identification of where the gaps are and what needs to be fixed. And if you are in the middle, that is, you are a DPO, you are running the privacy project or program, you have some audit findings and so on, we can be part of your team, we can work with you, or we can advise you to help close actions and also follow up actions by being part of your team, working with your team to get things done faster and bring in our advice. So that was the video on privacy notice and some description on what we do. I hope you find this useful. Please do click like, comment and subscribe to our channel. My name is Punit Bhatia, and for now I say goodbye and have a safe day. Keep protecting data, and I see you in the next video.